Pravachanam.
This is a very interesting topic. I'll try and speak in multiple. I'll try and speak in English as much as possible, but I will be reading Sanskrit and I'll try and switch between English and Sanskrit as I go. So one of the main ways we can experience Rama is through bhakti or by going to a temple, or in so many ways we can experience Rama. But how about experiencing Rama through the very letters that form Rama or Sita itself? The Akshara itself is a way to experience Rama. There are many people who write Rama Nama Likita Japa thousands of times. There are books available as well, and many people have done this for generations. And what again is big for this discussion is another ancient technique called Varnakrama. Varnakrama is one of the techniques where you can see the spelling of a word. So if I ask, how do you spell Rama in English? We say R-A-M-A, or in Tamil, or in Telugu, or in Kannada, or in any of the Indian languages, we write Ra, A, and then Ma. So in Hindi, they call it Ram. In Sanskrit, same spelling is called Rama. In all Indian languages, you write the children who are here, they wrote Rama in 16 languages this morning, and all of them have written Rama in 16 languages. They have written it on the petals of paper flower which they have taken and take at home. They wrote it in Korean, Japanese, and everything. So, what is this Varnakrama? It is how do you spell a word completely, and there are 5 levels. 5 levels of spelling. The first level is just telling which letter it is. Just like how it is in any other language in the world. You spell it out. That is the first level. For the second level, for all the vowels that are there in the word, not the consonant, just the vowels, you can pronounce it in high pitch, udatta, lower pitch, anudatta. There are 3 variations of that. And there are varying pitch called swarika, and there are 7 variations of that. So depending on the word, there are rules on which pitch to be used for which word in what context. So for people who know Vedic Sanskrit or who read the shlokas, mantras, you see one line on top, one underline below, one different symbols are there. Those symbols are guides to pronouncing it correctly. So that's the second level. Third level is how many units of time should you pronounce a consonant. A consonant you pronounce for half a unit of time. A short short vowel is 1 unit of time, and then at the end of the syllable there's a small pause, and then if it's a long vowel, it's 2 units of time. So there's a calculation on how many units of time you should pronounce the word, and then what pitch it is, and then tell what akshara it is. That is the third level. So for the fourth level, there are 10 rules. If you have a consonant followed by a vowel, there are 10 rules. If there is a vowel followed by a consonant, if you have a consonant followed by a consonant, there are 8 rules. So depending on those rules and how much effort should we put to pronounce that letter. So based on all of this, you have the fourth level. And for the fifth level, which is also the final level, for the fifth level, Varnasara Rama, here each akshara has multiple qualities. It has a color, it has a jati, it can be Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra, or Vaishya. It can have Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna, Sattvic Guna. And how do you articulate it? Do you use your tongue? Do you use your lips? Oshta is lips. Do you use the jihva or tongue? Or is it kantha, which is the throat? Ka, tha, ga, tha, na, you use the throat. Cha, cha, ja, jana, connected. And then ta, tha, da, da, is like a spring action. Ta, ta, da, da, na, dental. The tongue touches the teeth. It's the back of the teeth. Pa, pa, bha, ba, ma, we use the lips. So depending on that, and you have yara, lava, shasha, outside, and dekodam, tasya, and whatever. So depending on how do you articulate and these qualities and the color, there are some 26 qualities, and there are different gods and goddesses, the devata, the devi, that blesses each akshara. So just by uttering the word Rama itself, we will see what is the effect of how many Ashirvadam you have in just that one small pronunciation. Right? You do it for Sita and then for Rama. And then you will hear the word, you hear color black. And it's not like how we understand it in English, with just black. Here, black is when Vishnu, in Shiva Sagara, when Vishnu is lying down and Lakshmi is sitting in front of him, the tejas of Lakshmi that reflects on Vishnu's dark skin, it is that color which is given to the akshara. So that's the level of visualization for each color. Let's look at Sita, for example. First level. Sakara, Ikara, Takara, Akara, Sita. So Sa, E, Ta, and A, Sita. And in Sanskrit, for Ra, you say Refa. But for everything else, you say Akara, Ukara, Takara, Makara. So the second level, telling which pitch and what akshara it is. Sakaro, Tata, Ikara, Takara, Prachaya, Akara, Sita. It is this second level. Third level, you will hear the word Matrakala. You can observe Artha Matrakala for consonants, Dvi Matrakala for a long vowel, and Eka Matrakala for short vowels. So, Artha Matrakala, Sakaro, Tata, Dvi Matrakala, Ikara, Anumatrika, Virama, Artha Matrika, Takara, Eka Matrika, Prachaya, Akara, Eka Matrika, Virama, Sita, Dvi Matrika, Virama, Sita. So then, the next level, the fourth level, Ardhamatrika Ishad Vivrita Prayatna. So this is how much effort you put. It is Samvrita Prayatna or Vivrita Prayatna, the different variations there. So for this word, it is Ardhamatrika Ishad Vivrita Prayatna Paranga Bhuta. Paranga Bhuta means this is a consonant and it follows, it's followed by a vowel. So Sa is followed by E, and so that's why it is that. Ushman Sanya, Sakarottaka, Dvimatrika, Ikara, Anumatrika, Virama, Arthamatrika, Sprishta, Prayatna, Paranga, Bhuta, Spashya, Sanya, Prakara, Dvimatrika, Prachaya, Akara, Dvimatrika, Virama, Sita. That's the fourth level. So now I'll read out the fifth level. I'll pause here and there just to tell you or I'll tell it slowly. So for Sita, how do you pronounce and all the qualities for each akshara? Atishvasa Janita Murthasthana Viprita Madhya Prati परिवेष्टित जिह्वाग्रकरण ईशत् विवृत प्रयत्न भूमि देवता शूद्र जाति स्त्रीलिंग feminine रजोगुण रासिक क्वालिटी रक्त वर्ण रेड कलर अर्धमात्रिक परांगभूत शक्ति देवता ऊष्मा संज्ञा सहित सकार. That's the detail for just of Sita. Not even said E, that will come next. And then नादध्वनिजनित तालुस्थान नाट्यपसंध्यतोष्ठ जिह्वा मध्यकरण उरकंठ बाह्यकरण विवृत प्रयत्न. All this is just to say E with what effort and how do you say E, so to make C so far, and then it continues after that. Dvimatrika Agni Devata Brahmana. Agni Devata, when you say Agni Devata, the visualization is Agni is in golden skin, golden hue with a golden beard, and it's in this brilliant vest. That visualization of Agni will bless the E Akshara, and you say Sita each time you say it. Brahmana Jati, Dirgha Sangya, Strilinga, Rajoguna, Pita Varna, Tarjinyanguli Madhya, Rekhanyasa, Kartinya, Kanthakasha, Kushatva, Janita, Gayatri Chanda, Ajatu Tulya, Gandhara Swara. So it can even have a Swara, whether it is Nishada or Gandhara or Manchama, it is Saregama or Dhani. So it can have a Swara as well, Gandhara Swara. Eta Bhuta, Murdhanya Sthanodbhava, Bharadvaja Gotra. Who would have thought the Akshara have Gotra? Bharadvaja Gotra, Shvetavama, white color. Tejomaya, Agni Devata, Udatta Swara Sahita, Ikara. That is C. Till now we have just said C. That's a spelling, not even the meaning, it's just the spelling. Anumatrika Virana, Shvasadhvani Janita, Uttara Danta Mulado Bhagasthana, Jihvagraha Karana, Sprishta Prayatna, Ardhamatrika, Vastu Devata, Brahmana Jati, Pullinga, masculine, Sattva Shveta Varna, Paranga Bhuta, Pratana Sparsha Sanya Sarita Takara, C. So it's just the C. Pasanyuta Anusthana, Tata Bhutoshtakana, Prakanta Bhakyakarana, Vivrita Prayatna, Jihva Muna, Antakarana, Dvimatrika, Vayu Devata, Brahmana Jati, Dirgha Sanya, Strilinga, Sattvaguna, Shveta Varna, Tarjinyalungamudya, Rekhanyasa, Kartinya, Kanthakasha, Kushatva, Janita, again, Gayatri Chanda, Ajata Tulya, Gandhara Swara, Teju Bhuta, Murdhanya Sthanodbhava, Bharadvaja Gotra, Shveta Varna, Tejomaya, Agni Devata, Udatta Swara Sahita, Akara. That is the spelling of Sita. This is how we spell Sita, and that's the meaning and the power behind So now we saw Sita, we have to complete it with Rama. So now we will do the same for Rama, but you know the pattern. So Rekha is Ra, but everything else will be Akara. So Ra is the A is Anudatta, and the A following Ma is Udatta. So with that, first level, Rekha, Akara, Makara, Akara, Rama. So if all of you can just say Rama once, you are following all these qualities every single time you say it. Right? Rama. Rekho Nudatta, Akara, Makara, Udatta, Akara, Akara, Rama. That's the second level. Third level, Ardhamatrika, Rekha, Dirghanugata, Dvimatrikala, Akara, Dvimatrikala, Akara. Twice the unit of time for the long vowel Aha. Anumatrika Virama, after the end of every syllable after Ra, before you say Ma, there's a small pause. We don't even think about it. But every time you say it, there's a small pause. That's how we hear another syllable. Anumatrika Virama, Ardhamatrika Makarottata, Ekamatrika Akara, Ekamatrika Virama, Rama. Now the fourth level, Ardhamatrika Ishan Sprishta Prayatna Paranga Bhuta Antasya Sankhya. Antasya Sankhya means that is in the last row, Yara Lava, स्पर्श संज्ञा मकारोत्ताच एकमात्रिक प्रचय संवृत प्रयत्न ह्रस्व संज्ञा मकार एकमात्रिक विराम राम. So it takes a long time, but there are patterns. It keeps repeating. And if someone's name is got A in it, how many people here have A in your name? Raise your hand. Okay. How many people have E in your name? Right? Chances are the people whose name had A in it will have a different Varnakrama because the consonant before that might be different for the other name. So depending on which consonant it is different. So for every name, you can write this. And where do you get this information? So everyone has heard Pani, the grammarian, Pani Shiksha, is written. Basically, what is written is a 4,000 step algorithm. So I'm talking to children here. It's a 4,000 step algorithm. You can take any Sanskrit word, you can run it past that, and if it is a valid Sanskrit word that follows all the rules, then you can say which rule, and you can say whether any sound you make is a valid Sanskrit word or not. Even if you don't know the meaning, you know whether it is valid or not. That technique. Now, after that, it is, after any book, after any great work, you have appendix, right? Just in the appendix, you have some addendums and a few things. Like that, there are 22 books called Shiksha. So there are 22. Each book is, written in Sanskrit, and writing the explanation itself makes it 300 pages, 400 pages. So you have Aitreya Shiksha, Yagyavalkya Shiksha, Paniniya Shiksha, Naradiya Shiksha. Like that, there are 22 books. So Adiyan has, in preparation for this session, looked at all those books, and sometimes you get half a quality. That color will be in the third book, in the 100th page, in half a line somewhere, you get a hint for the color. And for the next quality, you have to look somewhere else. You have to look at another book somewhere else, and then there will be clashes. One person will say this is red, one person will say black. Then you should see who came first, who came last, who is the Acharya for that person, and then so there are multiple overlaps over here. So anyway, I'll continue. That's the fourth. And then the final level for Rama. Nadadvani Janita Uttara Danta Mulado Bhagasthana Jitva Gramadhya Karana. So what they're saying is, how do you say a r? When you say a r, you're using your tongue and it's going up and it's going to vibrate. If it is going up, doesn't touch, it is ya. If it touches only once, it is la. If you tighten it, it is a ra. If the tip doesn't touch and the side touches, it is ra of Tamil. Tamil, Malay, Yerdu, the ra. And if you just go there and vibrate twice, it is ra. If it is lightly, it's not vibrating, but it's a very slight touch, then it's the ra. So the children here will say bro and run and rubber and ra. That is the vowel root, rhythmic and all that root. So ra is this, and it's not as strong as the Spanish ra. So if someone say Rama, that's wrong, because the Varnakama says it's Rama. So you have to say it to the right level. Okay, so let's continue. Ishat Sprishta Prayatna Adhamadrika Bhakti Devadata Napumsakalinga Neutral Linga Rajoguna Paranga Bhuta Raktavarna Red Color Antasya Sangha comes in the last page. Sahita Vishishta Rekha Nadhatvani Janita Natyavasta Anustana Tada Bhutoshka Karana Jitva Mula Antakarana Urakanta Bahya Karana. From the heart, if you get a sound, if you don't obstruct any sound and you say clean sound, it's a vowel. If you use an instrument like a tongue or teeth or throat or something and you obstruct it or you alter it, it becomes a consonant. So for English speakers, for Kannada, Telugu speakers, this is like a trivia. But for Tamil speakers, those who have read Tolkien, this is what Uyir comes straight from within. And for many years, you are using an instrument. You are using So here we are talking about bottle, so it comes from the Urakanta, Vivrita Prayatna, Dvimatrika, Vayu Devata, Brahmana Jati, Srilinga, Sattva-guna, Shveta-varna, Agni Devata, Kshatriya Jati, Tamasa-guna, Kanishtika-angulyadhya, Ekanyasa, Yogya, Adhya Dev, Christmas and Vishwadhvani, Dvimatrakala, Madhava, Kanthakasha, Mahatva Janita, Daishkam Chandala. And this is a word. Some of the children looked at Chitrakavya and Baluka Sahasram in the morning. So it's like K K Karta Tulya Shadjashwara Hetu Bhuta Hridayasthanodbhava Gautama Gotra Rishabha Ritavarna Dirghanutara Sarita Akara Ra Anumatrika Virama. Then I'll complete it now. Nadadvani Janita Nasika Vivrita Vishishta Uttaroshta Sthana Adharoshta Karana. Uttaroshta Sthana, the position is the upper lip. Adharoshta Karana, the lower lip makes the effort. So the lower lip makes the effort and tries to reach the upper lip. Just imagine the visualization here. What so in the Rama, the of Rama. So it is telling you where, what position and who is putting in effort. So the lower lip is putting in effort to say Ram. Karana Krishna Prayatna Ardhamatrika Arka Devata Madana Devata Vaishyajati Napumsakalinga Tamoguna Krishna Varna. Krishna Varna is black. But now we know it's not just a simple black. It is the tejas of Lakshmi reflecting on Vishnu's dark skin. It's that color. So everything is, if it's crystalline, it's patika. It's not white, it's not shveta, it's patika, it's crystalline. It's like the best sparkling ever version of things. And if it is yellow, Pita Varna, it is like the quality of Agni in its full splendor. It's that Abhyamana or yellow color. Everything is like very poetic, very, because we're talking of gods and goddesses. So obviously that's okay. Vishishta, Daroshta Sthana, Daroshta Karana, Krishna Prayatna, Ardhamatrika, Arka Devata, Nanam Devata, Vaishyajati, Tapum Sakalika, Samukuna, so that's one. Then Nadadvani Janita, Nartika Sanandita, Anusthana, Tata Bhutoshta Karana, Urakanta, Bhadya Karana, Samvrita Prayatna, Jitva Moola, Antakarana, Ekamastrika, Devata, Sarva Devata. So if you say here's the thing. Is also, if the first is also blessed by all the gods and goddesses. So is very, very powerful. And when you say Rama, even though it's the last sound of the word, you have the blessings of all the gods and goddesses when you just. So that itself it ends so beautifully. Just the word Rama begins like with R and ends with such a beautiful akshara with all those qualities. Brahmana Jati, Pullinga Rajo, Guna Rattavarna, Prasvasya, Tarjanyan Gunamadhya, Ekanyasa Yogya, Adhyeta Daivya, Ekamatrakala, Neelakanta Pakshi. So there are birds associated to the pitch that this makes. So Neelakanta Pakshi, that bird. And then Gayatri Chandra, Jatu Gartu Tulya, Gandhara Swara, Ketu Murthanya Swara, Sthanodbhava. And so Gayatri Chandra, just one line on Gayatri. So is what says Gayatri Chandra. So Bhagavad Swarupa of the Gita itself is Gayatri. Right? So it's very, very powerful. You see how much power is packed into one spelling. Bharadvaja Gotra, Shveta Varna, Tejomaya, Devata, Brahmana Jati, Udatta Swara Sarita Akara, Ekamatrika Virama, Rama. That's it. And if you, one more last to finish it off, if you use Katapayadi numbering, the word, the number, there is number mapping for each akshara. So the number mapping for Ra is 2. And the number mapping for Ma is 5. So 2 into 5, 10. You say Ram, all of you say Rama, Rama, Rama. 10 into 10 into 10, its value is 1000. Say that in Sanskrit. Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasra Nama Tat Tulyam. Its value. That is why you just say Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasra Nama Rama.
Swami.
Oh,
The light. Thank you.